How did Bae say it again in No Frauds? I'm a generous queen. Ask Miss Ellen. You can also ask her fans now. Because Nicki Minaj, who's like one of the richest people in the world, and she deserves it with her very talented, very beautiful and beautiful self, she's sharing her wealth. Yes, she is. She's helping college students pay for their tuition. I love you, Nicki. I'm going to say it for the rest of the kingdom, because she changed us from the Barbs to the kingdom. You know, the queen of rap even has time for peasants like me. But anyways, let me go ahead and read to you this article from uprocks.com. That's ROXX. They posted the article on May 7th of 2017. Mr. Aaron Williams wrote an article titled "Nicki Minaj is paying student loans and tuition for some of her most avid fans." Here's what he wrote. Maybe Nicki Minaj doesn't have her own daytime talk show yet, but there was no other person to compare her to tonight than the inimitable. Damn, I never heard that word before. I'm very stupid though. Inimitable. Dang, that sounds like something you get in your butt when you gotta take a doodle. Inimitable. I think I had one of those when I was younger. And anyways, I ain't gonna say who gave it to me. Catholic priest. Inimitable Oprah. When one intrepid fan asked Minaj to pay off their college loans, she actually decided to do just that. After recently joining the video dubbing app Musical.ly, issuing a hashtag regretting your tears challenge to her fans to record creative videos dancing to her latest single, promising to fly out her favorites to hang out in the studio with her or visit with her at the Billboard Music Awards. But when at CJ by Design replied to one of the contest tweets with a tweet of his own, quote, "Will you pay my tuition?" they sparked a whole different sort of challenge on Nicki's timeline. Nicki Minaj said, "Show me straight A's that I can verify with your school and I'll pay it. Who wants to join that contest? Dead serious. Should I set it up?" The response was immediate, with fans of the No Frauds rapper sending screenshots of report cards, progress reports, and stories of financial hardship and educational goals. Nicki replied to 30 fans telling them to send info for her to pay for their tuition, student loans, and needed equipment. She ended the run of tweets with a promise of another round in a month or so, joking, quote, "Let me make those payments tomorrow, then see if I have any money left." With an estimated net worth of over $70 million, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. See some of the tweets below. So the first person said, $500 for my summer books and supplies at Nicki Minaj. To which Nicki said, DM me your bank info. Let me see. The next person that they posted a tweet of said, Nicki Minaj, 800 would help for my summer classes and books. To which Nicki replied once again, done, DM your info. Let me see. This next person said, sis, this is how much I have left to pay. And this guy's payment was $1,172.95. And I don't know what her reply was, but let me see. Another guy said, honestly, I just need $6,000. Then I'll be straight for college in the fall. Wow. And she said, what is the $6K for? He said, the $6,000 would be for my 16 credit classes, room and board, meal plan, technology fee, and books that I would need for the classes. Praying hands emoji. To which Nicki responded by saying, okay, I'll pay it if you have proof, with a thumbs up emoji. Okay, so the next person said, Nick, I'm going to study production and audio-visual media, and I need a professional camera. Can you help me? Here's the proof. She said, of course. How much is the camera? Shoot, I, some of the camera might be $2,500, but then again, if she's willing to pay the other guy $6,000, you know. Let me see. Somebody said to Nicki, I only need $1,548 to enroll in my school for the next semester. Crying emoji. And only $250 for my books. And Nicki said, got ya. So somebody else said, crying emoji at Nicki Minaj. Nicki, please, all I need is $2,000 for a Wacom Pro. What's a Wacom? WACOM. I don't know what that is. A Wacom Pro for college, and I literally can't afford it. And I start in September with 4 crying emojis. To which Nicki responded by saying, okay, you're the last one for the night. DM your info. And she also went on to say in another tweet, okay, you guys, it's been fun. Let me make those payments tomorrow, then see if I have any money left. Laughing crying emoji. I'll do some more in a month or two. Some kissing emojis, some kissing lips emojis, heart emojis, and ribbon emojis. Let me tell you something, man. Your girl Nicki Minaj is a generous queen. Ask Miss Ellen. So anyways, TMZ posted an article about it on May 7th of 2017. Let me go ahead and share that information with you guys. Let's see what TMZ had to say about it. TMZ titled their article, Nicki Minaj pays student loans tuition who asked on Twitter. Here's what they wrote. Nicki Minaj didn't just talk the talk or tweet the tweet. TMZ has learned the rapper already started transferring thousands of dollars to college students who asked for her financial help on Twitter. The story is great. A fan sent Nicki a meme Saturday night on Twitter jokingly asking if she would fork over a check to cover some college fees. Nicki replied, quote, show me straight A's that I can verify with your school and I'll pay it. Who wants to join that contest? Dead serious. Should I set it up? And then they showed some of the tweets that I was just reading. Anyways, as you can imagine, Nicki's timeline blew up with requests from students, and Nicki responded to more than a dozen offering to hook them up. Some people asked for help with student loans costing thousands of dollars. Others asked for less in tuition fees, books, and other school supplies. Nicki was pretty thorough in her questioning why these folks really needed the money. We checked in with some of the lucky beneficiaries who told us Nicki has already started to send the money. She asked for bank information through the DMs, and one person we spoke with said he already got $500 from Minaj. By the way, Nicki says she might open up the vault again in a month or two, so get those report cards ready. Let me tell you something right now. Thank you, TMZ. Thank you, Uprocks. And thank you, Nicki Minaj. Now, I knew that you were a very generous lady. I remember seeing you on your... I know Nicki's listening to this right now because I'm famous. Not as famous as her yet, but, you know, that's my girl. I know she's listening. Illuminati, La Costa Nostra, this thing of ours. All right. Anyways, I remember seeing you on your show on MTV when you were doing things for your family. And I was just seeing you just giving, taking to my shopping sprees. You know, I think you were buying one of your family members a house. Like, you're a very generous queen. You know, I wouldn't ask you for anything. Well, maybe a retweet. Could you retweet this video? Watch this video get retweeted by Nicki, as I know she's listening. That's my girl. Anyways, the point is this, though. I'm a huge Nicki Minaj fan, about as big as her booty. You know, I'm not surprised at all that she would do this, because that's just who... This is why I praise Nicki Minaj the way that I do. She's a wonderful person, guys. I know a lot of y'all stay hating on her because she's so hugely successful and so beautiful. And you're looking at her like, you know, you want to be anti-Team Pretty Girl, even though I'm 100% emphatically Team Pretty Girl. I am the mascot. And a lot of you guys want to be against these pretty girls because you're like, well, do they have to be so fine and so successful and everything? You know, she got to where she got because of her looks, blah, blah, blah. You know, people saying different things about why she is where she is. Oh, she's stopping other chicks from eating. That's why. Listen, she's out here feeding folks. I don't know what you're talking about. Them college students were looking terrible out here. Now they feeling real good about themselves. They're feeling real nice. A lot of people had their stress levels lowered like nothing. You know, it's just a normal day for her. You know, Nicki Minaj is Santa Claus with some tick old bitties. But that's none of my business. Anyways, shout out to the beautiful Nicki Minaj. You know, I've been a fan of yours for years. I love you, Nicki. Thank you very much for helping out your fans. You're a very generous woman. And, you know, congratulations to everybody who she was able to help. Anyway, this is all my opinion. And don't forget, folks, you may not be able to do as much as Nicki did for her fans, but it's the little things that matter too. Sometimes chipping in $5 for something, if everybody puts in, then we can get what we need to get done. So, you know, we could all do what Nicki did, but maybe collectively, as opposed to doing it as an individual. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give back in life. But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a huge Nicki Minaj fan with a microphone. Shout out to the kingdom. We in here. Let me know what y'all think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram. Be sure to hit that notification button next to the subscribe button. It looks like a bell. I wish it looked like Nicki, but it looks like a bell. Once you click that button, you'll be alerted. You'll be sent notifications when new videos get posted.